I was 12 and I was sitting in the like nosebleed seats in Matilda the musical in New York, and I was miserable. I was like, I don't give a about musicals. Why the fuck am I here? I wasn't even with my family because they were off, I don't even know what, and I was with, you know, like my godmother, who's like basically my grandma, because all my grandmas are dead. And we were sitting in the back, and I just was like silent, miserable, completely just not there. And I remember just falling in love with what I was watching, like Matilda the musical, when I was completely against the idea of it, and I just loved it. And I remember like at the end when everyone was bowing and then little Matilda got up and everyone stood up in the crowd and everyone was cheering. I remember like a tear rolling down my cheek because I just was like, all I've ever wanted is like to be on a stage and have people like cheering for me. I used to sit in my living room and cry because I wanted this, you know? And like, I never thought in 1,000 years this shit happened. I thought my door was closed. I thought the window was shut, you know? I was like, oh yeah, I'm past the point of that happening.
I grew up with like no money at all. And, you know, it was like, I couldn't even I couldn't even get Nikes, you know? They were too much money for me. I remember we'd go to like the shoe warehouse and like, I'd find a shoe that looked similar to the Nike that I wanted, or like that had a logo that looked similar to the swoosh, but it wasn't the swoosh. My whole life I've just like really been very aware of how much I didn't have. And so to like grow into where I've, you know, sort of where I am sort of right now, and to actually get the things that I've been getting, and it's like, it means more to me because I know how important it is and I know how real and raw it is.
It was really hard at first, I mean, because like I put out my first song at 13 and then it kind of blew up immediately. For me, I mean, I don't think a lot of other people would agree that it blew up, but for me it was huge, you know, it got 1,000 plays and I thought that was an insane amount. And it is if you think about it, but it's not in like the terms of a lot of people.
That day I had like 4 classes, but I had like an hour break in between 2 of them. But I remember one of those days, I think it was either the day after we put Ocean Eyes out or like 2 days after. I remember I was sitting in Starbucks. It was kind of cold outside. It was like, I think it might have been raining or something. And I was just sitting there and my brother called me and he was like, dude, Ocean Eyes has 1,000 plays. 1,000, which now is like an ant, but then it was like, it's still a lot of people. It's just, it's funny now how different it is relative to things now, but then it was like, he called me to tell me because it was such a big deal. And I remember being like, for real? Like I was sitting in Starbucks and I got so excited and I started like, I was like, oh my God. And we were like yelling on the phone and it was such a moment. We were on the phone for so long freaking out about it that I looked at my phone to see the time and it was like after my next class had already started, which was at the other studio. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta go. And I remember like hanging up the phone and like grabbing my bag and grabbing my stupid little hibiscus, whatever the fuck. And I like picked it up and I just like ran with like the biggest smile on my face because I was so excited, and I just ran to the other studio in my leotard. It was great.
My brother actually wrote the song, which in a way I'm like, thank God. I don't want to fucking write about falling in love because gross. But the thing was that even though my brother had written it, it was still mine. It was still exactly like coming from me. I took it as mine, and the thing is, it wasn't at all artificial. It wasn't like, Phineas, write a song for me so that I can do it and I can get credit for it. It's like, that wasn't it at all. It was like, I wrote songs already, and he had written this song that was sort of, it was about what he was going through, but at the time he was like, it was sort of what we were both going through in a way, and he just wanted to hear me sing it, and I just loved it a lot. Like it was mine.
KCRW was like the people and the dude, which is Jason Kramer, who played my shit like first basically. So that's the man. He's a fucking weirdo. He is a weirdo. I don't even know how he found that, how he found it. Like, I have no idea, because the song that he found that, like, made me somehow become whatever the fuck I am now, like, it was just on SoundCloud. Like, there was, like, a free download link. Like, it was just, like, random, completely random. We actually made the song for my dance teacher, because he was like, make a song so I can make it. And so we did. And, yeah, KCRW is fucking the man.
I wasn't like 13 and now I'm suddenly about to be 18. It was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was year after year of being a child and like having this insane, all these eyes on me. And it was really difficult for a while. And not because of anybody in my team. I had an amazing team. I had amazing people surrounding me. I still do. How can you be prepared for that? You know, how can you know what to do? I don't even realize it's so short. People spend their entire lives to get the things that I have, and I'm almost spoiled, you know, because I'm only grateful for it. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of parts that are pretty trash about it, but overall, it's like such a blessing that I have, and I'm just like so happy to be me. I want to bring joy. I mean, it feels great, to be honest with you. And the reason I can say that with like the confidence that I feel like I have saying it is because it was so not great for a while that now I'm actually realizing how good it is now. And I mean, I've been so lucky for so many years that I can't say it like it wasn't amazing, but I just wasn't in a good place. And now I'm finally in a place where I'm like just happy, and I'm like seeing how amazing everything is, and it's like all coming together. I can't complain. It's really like perfect right now.